I searched all over, couldn't find nobody. I looked high and low, still couldn't find nobody. Nobody greater, nobody greater, nobody greater than you. I searched all over, couldn't find nobody. I looked high and low, still couldn't find nobody. Nobody greater, nobody greater than you. Nobody can heal like you can. Almost only one, you are the great I am. Awesome in all your ways, and mighty is your hand. I searched all over, couldn't find nobody. I looked high and low, still couldn't find nobody. Nobody greater, nobody greater than you. I searched all over, couldn't find nobody. I looked high and low, still couldn't find nobody. Nobody greater, nobody greater than you. I searched all over, couldn't find nobody. I looked high and low, still couldn't find nobody. Nobody greater, nobody greater now, nobody greater than you. To God be all the glory, great things he has done. I give the Lord thanks this morning for being here. Let me apologize for the late start today. I overslept. So please forgive me this morning for the late start. But nonetheless, as somebody would say to me, even if you're not coming, just come even for short, even for 10 minutes, still come. And I really thank you for that feedback, because chances are I probably would not have come, because I said I'm late already. But to God be the glory. Magdalene Brown, good morning. Good to have you. Sister Iris, good morning. Good to have you. So really just give God thanks for being here. In his presence there's fullness of joy, and he said at his right hand there are pleasures forever, evermore. And so good morning, Sister Liz. Thank you so much for coming. And Saniki, you guys are just rolling in this morning, and I give God thanks for you. To God be the glory. As you enter the room, let's go ahead and give our affirmation this morning. We don't want to take away from our uniqueness, because while we start this live broadcast each morning, it's for us to be motivated for the morning, for the rest of the day, to get that push, that kickstart. So I don't want you to come over here and when you left you feel worse than you came, unless we're talking about something and you said, oh, I feel convicted, and it changing you and helping you to be better. But I don't want you to feel sometimes you leave, go to a place, or even possibly church sometimes, and when you leave it's like you feel not convicted, but you feel bad. So this morning for us, we want you to be able to come here and feel good when you left, even when you feel guilty. Do you understand what I'm saying? Yeah, I'm just saying I want you to say, boy, I really true. Saniki did I say in a Trina chat this morning. I really true. Isaac's family did I say, me really need to make that sort of change. So you feel convicted, but you don't feel like you feel terrible. But you feel convicted and you move in making that sort of change. So that's the aim for us this morning. So this morning, I'm seeing Sister Ari said, I am up and running. All right. And I see that. And it's a blessing. To God be the glory. So at least you catch us this morning, Isaac's family, because we were running late. And we still have to cut off by 8 because I have to go out to work. And Sister Williams says, I am blessed to be alive. Thanks for everything, Lord, my family, my friends, my neighbor. And I thank God this morning for my enemies. You know why? Because they keep me praying. They keep me praying and pushing and, wanting to get the best from God and wanting to hear from God. Blessings to you, Mr. Traveler. Indeed, we are blessed to just have you in our presence and in our life this morning. So Saniki said, never measure life by our possession, measure it by the heart we have touched, the smile we created, and the love we would have shared. Beautiful. And this morning, I give God all the glory and all the praise. I thank Him that I am in the land of the living this morning, thanking Him for His faithful. God faithful. Our God is faithful. Even when we tend to forget Him, He never leave us nor forsake us. He is always there with us. And this morning, I say, to God be all the glory. I am thankful. So keep the chat rolling, guys, with your praises, with your affirmation. What are you affirming this morning? And I'm thanking God for the peace this morning. I am peace. I am calm. I am beautiful and wonderfully made. What about you? So we continue. Yesterday, we were talking about how to overcome discouragement, and we continue on the same series this morning. So one of the things that we were talking about, when you get discouraged, we were saying to you, don't give up. Don't give up when you get discouraged. Keep pushing ahead, because you know what? God is always there with us. And so this morning, don't just think about your problem, think about the Lord. Nehemiah says, after I looked things over, I stood up and said to the nobles and the officials and the rest of the people, don't be afraid of them. Remember the Lord who is great and awesome. What specifically should you remember? So the 3 things we're going to talk about this morning very, very quickly that we should remember. But this morning, I want all of you who is listening and hearing, and even if you are on the rebroadcast, I want you to also type it in the comment section. I want you to type, don't be afraid of them. Can I get everybody just declaring that this morning? Don't be afraid of them. We're not going to be afraid of their faces. We're not going to be afraid of their statues. We're not going to be afraid of them, because you know what? Because God is with us, we will not be afraid. So I want you to type that in the comment section. Don't be afraid of them. So that is what Nehemiah was encouraging the people. He was saying, don't be afraid of them. All right. And he gave them 3 things that they can and should remember. So number one is, so we can get one of our moderators or anyone to type the 3 points. Number 1 is, remember God's goodness to you in the past. Remember God's goodness to you in the past. The song that says, roll back the curtains of memory now and then. Show me where you brought me from and where I could have been. Remember, I'm human and human forget. So remind me, dear Lord. Roll back the curtains, man. Roll back the curtain of memory now and then. So remember God's goodness to you in the past. Remember his goodness to you. What is it doing in your life right now? What is God doing in your life right now? Do you care to share with us? What is God doing in your life now? The truth is, he is with you, whether you feel it or you don't feel his presence. He is with you. The song says, even when, not the song, the psalmist said, even when we walk through the valleys of the shadows of death, we should fear no evil because God is with us. There's also a song that says, one set of footprints in the sand. And the songwriter was saying, at that time you were saying, God, where are you? Where are you? But at that time, you couldn't even walk. You could not walk on your own. At that time, God had to be carrying you. So the one set of footprint, I know these people, they are just so amazing how they pen these songs. And it is such a reality that there are times that you can't even make it. That is when God picks you up and hold you in the palm of his hand or put you on his back and said, come, my child, or hold you in his arms and just walk with you and carry with you this morning. So you feel like you just can't make it. You feel like there's just too much for me. I cannot take this anymore. This morning, I'm stopping by to say to you, remember God's goodness to you in the past. Remember the things that you have been through. Remember the thing you went through and how he carried you through. He will never leave you nor forsake. When you start thinking about all the good things he has already done in your life, your spirit will be lifted and the anxiety will be eased. So I want you to pause, just pause a moment and think of God's goodness to you in the past. And in the past don't mean last year, In the past can mean a minute ago. It could mean just yesterday. So when I said in the past, we're not saying that you have to think about 3 years ago, 10 years ago. No. In the past could be just yesterday. It could be just last week. Think of his faithfulness to us, his goodness. So Sister Ari says, a great change in my life, not the girl I used to be. Oh my God. I'm a witness this morning. I'm not the girl I used to be either. Because how God has changed me and continue to change me because me still not perfect. Me still on the wheel because there are some little patches there that needs to be fixed. There are some broken edges there. And guess what? He's going to fit it together. You still may see the signs because if you get a cut, right? If you get an injury, you will see the mark. You will see the mark and you can remember, oh my God, I remember when I get that cut. But when you touch it, you feel nothing because it's fully healed. Because God is able to do it. He is mending us. He's molding us into what he wants us to be. Good morning to you, Natasha. Number 2, remember God's closeness to you. Closeness in the present. Remember God's closeness in the present. So these are things you're going to remember. And these should, if you practice these, it should help you out of your discouragement. What you are doing now in your life right now, what are you doing in your life right now? What are you doing in your life right now? The truth is, He is with you whether or not you feel His nearness. He said He will never leave you or forsake you. And you can read that in Hebrews 13 verse 5. God will never leave you nor forsake you. Hey, Phenomenal Motivation, good morning. He will never leave you nor forsake you. And He will not go back on His word. So even if you don't feel His closeness, and I know many of us have been there and said, why, I don't feel like God is with me right now. He never leave you, never. So number 2, remember God's closeness in the present. Number 3 is remember God's power for the future. Remember God's power for the future. Who holds the future in his hands? Type it in the comments. Who holds your future in his hands? Is it your parents? I wonder if it is your husband or your wives. Do they hold the future in their hands? I wonder if it's the big fat bank account that you have. Wonder if that is what holds the future for you. Who holds the future for you? Sister Care, who holds the future? Sister Saniki, Sister Iris, Sister Natasha, who holds the future? Who holds the future in your hands? Isaac's family. Magdalene, who holds your future in his hands? Sister Les, who holds the future? Sister Lizreen, who holds the future? Who holds your future? A big fat bank account that doesn't even exist. Last night I was listening the news and they were talking about the richest man in the world, that he has now lost his first position. I don't remember his name, and somebody else is above him, probably maybe by about $10 billion or $10 million. I don't remember the figure, but I'm saying, look at that. Do you know how much you are worth? Do you know how much you are worth today? If you want to know how much you are worth, check your insurance company. Check your insurance company. Those are you who have life insurance. If you want to know how much your life is worth, $3 million, $8 million, $10 million, $1 million. How much is your life worth? That is how much your life is worth. Then can't insure you for more than that. But this morning, I'm just grateful that my life, your life, our life is not in the hands of the bank and the insurance company. Our life is in the hands of God. Exactly, traveler. I am worth all the diamonds and gold in the world to God. Mr. Saunders, good to have you, sir. So listen, I'm saying to you this morning, When you get discouraged, get your mind off your circumstance and focus on the Lord, because circumstances can circumstance because I'm sorry because circumstances can depress and discourage you. No, let's talk truth. Let us talk truth this morning. When the things of life, this song says, where the pressures of life may seem to weigh you down and you don't know which way to turn. God is concerned and is working it out for you. The child that on cocaine through pride can change the marriage that's on the verge of breaking up. Although, listen, my man, God is concerned and is working it out for you. Yes, He is working it out. My God is working it out for you. God is working it out for you. He's working it out for me. When you think about the problem, what happened? When you have your mind on the problem, when you're thinking about the problem, what happened? Do you feel better? Do you feel better? When you think of the challenges, when you feel of the discouragement, when you keep your mind on it, do you feel better? It's a question. Do you feel better? You get depressed even more. You get discouraged even more. What you think we come here this each morning is to make sure. I don't know what I would do if I wasn't coming here, because I realized a particular trend and pattern that has been plaguing me, and I had to shut it down yesterday. I said, no, not this evening. For the last 3 work days or so, is like last week. It's like each evening about 4:30 to 5, something just happen and just annoy me and upset me, and me just I don't know, me I'll keep it real. Me not gonna make it look like me not gonna make it think it's all perfect. I tell you. And when I get that way, I said to myself, listen, girl, wake up, shake up, take your mind off it. So when I come here in the morning, my mind is on all of that. And I'm thinking of the goodness of God. So it makes you feel worse. It makes you feel discouraged. Chances are, if you are feeling disheartened, it's because you are thinking gloomy thoughts. If you want to feel uplifted, make a concerted effort to think uplifting thoughts. So you want to change your circumstances and your situation? Start it up yourself first. Start to think it. Think of yourself in that dream job, or think of yourself in vacation on the beach or at the poolside. Think of yourself just lying in your bed and watching a nice movie that make you just laugh till you cry. Think of that nice place. What are you thinking of right now? What nice place are you thinking? I want you to think about it for a minute, as we are going to be wrapping up in 9 minutes. Think about that place. Where are you thinking? Where's your mind going? As I close my eyes and I'm thinking, I just see myself relaxing and just watching a nice Christmas movie. That's a happy place for me. Just enjoying nice Christmas movie with some gungo rice, some gungo peas and rice, and some nice curry goat and some nice fish. Escovitch, real sea fish, escovitch, and some jerk pork would look nice. So that's what I want. And you can top a little baked chicken, like when you bake it real nice, and when you put the fork on it, and it does. Mmm. Me not even think about ham. Because I'm not a lover of ham, but you can add that to somebody else. But this is what it's a nice curry goat. Real Jamaican curry goat. No, me not talk the fake goat. Me talk about the rammy goat. The ram goat. Some pepper. So that's where I am. That's the plate of food I see myself eating right now. Yeah, man. And just see yourself. Yeah, what are you thinking about? What are you thinking about right now? So listen, if somebody come across your way, man, just switch your mind. We have the switch. We have the switch. Think of the fact that yesterday before I came out into this place and I was in the arms of my husband or my wife. And we were just lying together, closeness. That could be the place that will bring you that nice joy and happiness, you know. So Mrs. Lee said, listen, my man, when we think positive and we move, we must think positive. We have to think positive. The negatives will come in because I'm telling you, sometimes these days it's like the negative just come. I have to just hurry up and switch back and say, come on. Sister Iris is saying, talk about it, my sis. Where is your happy? See there now. You see the happy place. Share with me, man. Where is your happy? Think about it now. We just went into it for like 1 minute and giving the other persons an opportunity to share. Put it in the chat and share the devil. Put it in the chat. Where is that happy place? I want you keep it real. That nice. Look here, may I talk when you start eat the gungo rice. The gungo rice, and you taste the coconut milk. Oh my God. And you have some potato salad. Some nice potato salad on the side. Or you can have mac and cheese. And you have some nice steamed vegetable or tossed salad. We can talk some more with some nice sorrel. We don't talk sorrel packed with rum, but just the real sorrel. Then a nice, for the appetizer, you have a nice slice of cake, Christmas cake. And then you get some ice cream. And then, you can just put the cake in the ice cream. Oh, Lord. Whoa. So I see Traveler says, in my wife's arm. Oh, that's a happy place. I can give you the ham. You love the ham. I don't really love ham. I don't love it. I'll eat a little bit, but I don't love it. My husband loves it. When it's Christmas time, him say, come on, give me a bowl of the ham. So listen, I give God thanks for my company because already I will be getting my ham. I think I should be getting my ham today. So to God be the glory. I've never bought a ham. Never. And over a couple of years now, I've been blessed by my company with a nice ham. And I know it could be in the ham either. One good size ham. So this morning, as we put a wrap on it, choose some encouraging Bible verses to memorize and quote them to yourself. I can do all things through Christ who strengthens me. Philippians 4 verse 3. If God is for us, who can be against us? Romans 8 verse 31. So these are some powerful Bible verses that you can say. Everything is possible for the one who believes. Mark 9 verse 23. Keep in mind that is your thoughts that determines your feelings, and by filling your minds with the promises from God's word, you can overcome discouragement. So these are just a few Bible verses that we can think about that can help us, right? I can do all things through Christ. And this is one that we quote a lot of times. Philippians 4, verse 13. And if God be for us, who can be against us? Everything is possible if you believe. Believe this morning. And if you believe you can achieve it, you are halfway there. So this morning, I trust you were blessed. I trust you feel inspired. I trust you get one thing to run with. If it's even the last thing that said, I can do all things through Christ who strengthens me. If you have even just that alone this morning, you have it to run with, then I would have achieved the target that we set out to achieve this morning, is to help us to go to the next level. So I'll just do a wrap on the 3 things and close us off. The 3 things that we should remember: remember God's goodness to you in the past, remember God's closeness to you in the present, and remember God's power for the future. Remember those 3 things that should help you to overcome in your time of discouragement. God bless you, and may his face shine upon you and be gracious to you. And I see you tomorrow as we come with another one, God's willing. Be safe. And remember, live your best life this very moment. Begin now. Start where you are and use what you have. Start small and you will eventually grow big. Start where you are, use what you have. God bless you. Jesus took care of the future in the past. Be blessed, everyone. I love you all. I love you. I love you. I love you. Thank you so much. Thank you guys for your continuous support. You guys have just been awesome. So we are now over 600. So once we're over 600, then our way is to go towards that 700 target. And I give God thanks for your amazing support. You guys have just been awesome. So continue to share with family, friends, even your enemies, because they need the word too. All right, continue to share. Encourage them to watch the videos as well. And if you can play my playlist, I will also appreciate that, because we need that too. That's a part of the game. I wish YouTube just change that part. Just like how it changed some things, I wish they change that part, because everybody get community page now. After we used to hustle and a bustle, try to get that 500 per subscribers to go on that community tab. And I actually haven't been using it, to be honest. No, it's open to everyone. So maybe very soon you just get 500 and you can start getting you get go into the program with 500. We never know, but for now we are pushing towards that 4,000 watch hours. So to God be the glory. So those of you, please go by Saniki. Handicap Traveler, can you drop Saniki's link in the comment section so we can go over and support her? Okay, here it is. Let me see if I can drop it in the comment section. Let us go over and support Saniki, please. Let's go over and support our friend. Gonna see if I can drop that link in the comment section. Let's go over and support her. Yes, let's go over. So click on the link and let's go over and watch that premiere by Sammy. And I know you're going to enjoy it. Please come back and tell me tomorrow how it was. So Tubit, I can't call your name, you know. It's a tongue twister name. You're late again this morning. But I remember I'm supposed to be calling you, but I'm going to do it over the weekend. I have a little bit more time on the weekend. So getting ready to, I'm just going to get ready now. So I'm a little bit late. So I am leaving now. I'm just going to put on my clothes and then head through the door. So God bless you. And we will talk tomorrow. And I'll see you then. Let's head on over. So click the link and go over to Saniki and show her some support. Please, guys, let's do so. All right. I'll see you then. You be too be calm. All right, I understand. I don't want to tie up my tongue, right? Tamira, call it so easy. Oh my gosh. But I'll see you guys.